Second map now up in our second series of the night. It is Renegades taking on G2, and it's the French team who claimed map number 1 away from the Aussies. It was Overpass, it was G2's pick, and they won it 16-10. Now we look forward to Train, which is the Aussies' pick, and we were talking about this in the break. There's been something of an interesting veto in that both teams have picked maps or have been allowed to pick maps that their opponents don't play. Renegades rarely play Overpass. G2 have rarely ever, they have like one map on it in the last 3 months or something, barely ever played Train. So it's a bit of a one-sided veto, but we like those because it means that we should get map 3 in theory, and map 3 is Cage, which is one that should be much more competitive between these two teams.
Well, more of the boys means more happiness for everyone here in Australia, so that makes me happy. You know, well, I mean, more quality CS.
Where are we at? 1:15 in the morning here in Australia, so I'm not sure how many of the fans we have online, but look,
Mate, we're all nerds.
If I know the boys fans, look, they'll be watching. They'll be
Everyone's awake. Everyone will be awake. Top Gun especially. You know that he's going to be on the grind there.
Hanging out, watching the boys. Well, he's part of Renegades now as well as a streamer, so it's kind of almost his job. Either way, Train, map 2. Renegades need it to stay in the series and in the Pro League Finals over in Odense.
21st versus 17th. Now that's pretty close. We did see G2 last night when they took on Hellraisers. That was 17th versus, I think it was 15th. So G2 managing to take someone out that was better than them, and Renegades arguably with the world rankings 4 spots a little bit lower there. Great maths, Mac.
Well done, sir. You did it.
G2 should come out on top looking at the stats, looking at everything. So Renegades, I guess they're the underdogs, not by a lot, but it's their match that they will have to win to go, well, this map, sorry, before going into cash. Now I'm excited for a little bit of cash, to be honest.
I am too, if we get there. I think that should be good fun. But in the meantime, we need to get through Train. It's Renegades who need to be in the driver's seat here. Almost thought this round was dead, but no, they actually are doing things here. It's just a double hold waiting for an Ivy push, which Existence will be the one to provide. Not a very favorable duel for Grat at that incredibly long range with just the Glock, and that's why it gets tagged for 98 immediately.
And that was some of the utility that Renegades needed as well, but they are going to swing playing with fire, trusting in the Glocks. But I think Grat is actually in the position that he needs to be in to throw the smoke, so his hand not going to be spotted or the headshot. He got the smoke off, so that is $400 down the drain. The Molotov not going to be able to be used. And potential for a trade. Existence tagged down to 22 HP, but the bomb is making its way out towards the Outers bomb site. JKS on the lurk, though. And someone's done their homework. Smiths is still hanging around. But as the feet start to signal that the CT players are going for the rotation, so will be clear. So Jacob will make his way back there. Liaz still holding for the flank. Existence down to only 9 HP and looking for the angle. Pre-fire coming out, and Liaz will eventually get the headshot there. So back to the 3v4. It's favouring G2 at the moment. There is a kit in play on body, but the two-man setup in SL, how effective can it be? Oh, the pre-fire coming out just a little bit off. Jacob will find one, but the bomb will be stuck. Too little too late for the Renegades as G2 take the first round of the map on the CT side.
Very aggressive CT pistol there as well. Existence going all the way out through Ivy, finding the first damage, the first pick, and the flank around as well. Even though he didn't get that kill, he keeps the pressure up on Renegades. And unfortunately for the T side, there was just too many bodies to shoot at. They couldn't even focus on the bomb planter or the bomb diffuser in the smoke. So there's too much else going on. So G2 start this map off the right way, get themselves that first pistol round. Smiths onto the P90 now, going to go hang out in Pop Dog and hope the people drop into his crosshair so he can feed that hungry SMG. Jacob up top at the moment, but he's got an AK in hands. That's really not a favorable peak for Smiths to take, and he knows it. He'll be hanging out here hoping for the drop for now.
Oh, but biting off more than he can chew. Jacob surprising them with the force bite. A couple of hero AKs there, and that is the first frag going in favour of the Renegades. Existence trading as he got the warbang onto Jacob there. Okay. All right. You've got me. Straight through the wall. So that is an AK that the Renegades might just try to retrieve. Very important weapon for them to have, considering the 4v4 that we are currently watching. Looks like Liaz is going to take point here with the Deagle. That AK should go back in their favour. I don't think that it has dropped down SL. Definitely hasn't. There it is, on the body. So 3 rifles still in play for the Renegades. 1 man over towards the B site. But who's this? Shock's ready. for the fast rotation in SL. Thinking he's just heard a couple of footsteps there, some drops. Good shots coming out towards the bottom of SL.
For now, though, it is only body on B. The rotation can be quick. It looks like Shox will be attempting it, but no, it's going to hang around on the A bomb train for the moment. The players are going to start getting onto B, and they've got a cross body at a very long range angle. He will find that first kill, but the trade is immediate. So that can be the bomb down now for Renegades. And some aggressive positioning here by Azza as well will help all three of these players coming through Con. As long as he doesn't move too far, he's going to have a great position here, and he's actually going to wrap all the way back into CT. Can't go too far, though, as Kenny's found the first pick.
Oh, bit of perfect timing here. Look at this. Azza with the 2K spray down. 3 for the round. And that should be almost all she wrote for the Renegades. Shox, though, tapping the bomb, and perfect timing on the peak from Liaz. Absolutely marvellous gameplay from the Renegades to pick up the second round. So 1-1. Tied all up. 2 AKs saved as well. So the force buy, very effective. Not too sure what the buy is going to look like in the third, though. And G2 have made the call. They're going to force back as well. And here is that absolutely marvellous timing that you did see from your boy Azza. Peeking out, getting the 2K spray down. Both headshots as well. If G2 went out a little bit earlier, Azza would have been in a whole world of trouble, but they just allowed him to get to Cloud there.
They hit the timing perfectly. Jacob needs thrown away from this pistol, getting in close range. And this is a dangerous round for Renegades. This sort of buy is what turned the game for G2 on overpass. Mid-lead, different map, different side, but Grat, be careful he doesn't get caught out. It's Shox to walk in and find 2 headshots with that CZ75.
Was there even a flash there? Or was that just the dry push?
Oh, he walked in. They were expecting a flashbang, and Shox is like, nah. Nah, bruh. Don't worry, I got this. Double drop comes in, and this time Smiths will be overwhelmed. Both players get back up ladder immediately. But Shox has recovered one of the guns that he's dropped. There's still one more hanging around in A main. This is looking pretty risky now for the Renegades. Definitely not outside the realm of possibility. They do have the armor and gun and utility advantage. But G2 have one more gun in the game than them. Anybody can find a pick here. Can change everything.
Oh, other side of the wall. Who's going to make the first move? It looks like Liaz goes in slowly, but he will hit the flick and get the headshot on the body, bringing it back to the 3v3. But Azza as well, finding Shox. Now the man advantage is in favour of the Renegades. Liaz falling down off of Catwalk, spotting Kenny S at the back of Yellow, who's managed to make his way over to Oil, unspotted, but making a lot of noise, going side to side. Liaz hasn't heard it just yet. Now all the way up to Coil. Might just be able to find an angle. Kenny in existence, though. Just waiting, holding. And existence is going to leave, as is Kenny. So there's the second round for the Renegades. G2 giving it up and potentially looking for some exits. No angle will be found, but an AK is going to be picked up for existence, so that's going to be nice for the economy and potential for a scare for the Renegades into the fourth round. But Renegades with the lead, saving 3 rifles as well. That will be good for the economy.
Keep an eye on Kenny S here as well. I think he's trying to get to... Ooh, no, nothing. He was trying to get to where Shox died to grab that a little back, but Azza was there waiting for that, so never mind. But the AK still saved through for existence. It's going to help out.
We saw the double force earlier on overpass. Will we see it again?
I don't think they will, just because they only have 1 gun. If they had 2, or even just a set of armor saved, then they could have thrown that AK over to someone else and made something of this. But as it is, I think that'd just be a little bit too much. Body will be dropped existence as Deagle. Kenny S buys a grenade, but other than that, it's a full save. And Body's found the first headshot with that Deagle.
Well, that's disgusting. Sorry, Grat, but you're gone. You know, off the roster, out of the server. And now Kenny will get a little bit aggressive towards T-Con here, throwing in the nade. Once again, going in dry, but he will find a wealth of information, knowing that T-Con is completely clean. Here's a couple of footsteps running away towards T-Spawn, as Liaz and Azza group up with the rest of the team over towards B. Still a 5v4, and CT's not too aggressively positioned. Looking to just play the long range and hopefully tap some heads with the USPs. We do see one of the Deagles here playing close to Bomb Train, waiting for a drop from upper, which did happen earlier, so the read could turn good as long as Body connects. Utility coming out, and look at this perfect position for the situation. There's the one Deag looking for another. As it goes out, and he goes down as well. There goes the bomb. JKS gets the trade. Liaz as well, finding some frags. 2K for JKS, tapping existence at long range. And that is going to be the AK out of the hands. But Kenny S, he was hungry, wanted to grab that rifle. Boy. Couldn't make it. What a round from JKS to bring that back. 4 frags. But the hold from Body making me pop off.
Exactly that. 3 for Body, immediately followed by 4 for JKS. Such crucial stuff from him. Let's have a look at these as well. So clean. Nails it on JKM. Goes back towards lower. Lets this other player get out and then hits an amazing flick.
Oh, disgusting. Amazing, but disgusting. No armor, perfect position, so aggressive. Renegade's not ready for it.
Seen that a lot from Body, actually. His deagle's pretty good when it's on point. Will be the Renegades' attack pause here. Up 3-1, but again, these rounds against just pistols have been more expensive than they should be, so have a chance to have a think about what they want to do in this one. Liaz yet to buy utility, but plenty of funds with which to do it. And G2, the AWP on Kenny S early. Body yet to invest, but plenty of money to get an M4 with.
What's he going to do? What's he going to do when he comes for you? That is the question.
And Body buy a deagle and nothing else?
Maybe. You know, it worked that time. There was an AWP and an AK taken out of the hands, but we are going to see the AUG board up. Okay. I like it. You know, it's worked a lot tonight, and especially on train with the longer range angles, that extra little bit of vision with the scope can definitely work some wonders. But now JKS looking for the Brown Hall's control, not going to be contested. His Body is still on the B site, flashed off the angle, existence falls back, but on the re-peek, Liaz had the line. Kenny S getting away with murder there, finding the headshot onto Jacob through the wall. So he has evened it out. That's 4 rounds each. Shoxy holding in SL, great position. Will be joined by Smiths, who's aggressive on the wall, watching for a T-con push. But it seems that Azza, as well as Grat, will be once again lurking over towards Brown Halls. Looking to potentially just split at B. Liaz is allowed to walk through Ivy here.
If he can get through this smoke, he can go all the way around back of B and try and get the flank happening onto Body. Kenny's watching for it, though. He's not going to let him through that easily, and there's Body striking on the JKS. That's the first player out of B. Down, there goes Liaz. Kenny more than ready for that one. That leaves these remaining 2 players in a bit of a tough spot. Azza already dropped and can sneak in a little bit closer, but Body is aware of the possibility, if not the certainty. Does give Azza some space to move. He had a big 3K in a position like this, or 2K even in a position like this a few rounds back, but now he's lost a teammate. Shox stops Grat from planning. So little time left for Azza to work with, getting pinched on all 4 angles, all 4 corners, in fact. There's nothing he can do. Shox at least can't get the AK because geometry of train yards, apparently, but it's little to celebrate as G2 come away with a nice clean gun round there, only dropping a single player.
Yeah, so that swung back into G2's favour so quickly. Kenny, the gatekeeper over at Ivy, playing close with the AWP and then falling back and still watching it from the back of Red. Or out in the open next to Red, rather. But there you go, the perfect off angle. Liaz just could not compare. Showing some bum, but it is going to be shut down. And now lots of early utility going to be used by G2. Renegades once again going towards Brown Hall, but Body might just go in dry. May catch the Renegades off guard. There is a flash from his teammate. Body comes out on top, finding one, but the trade comes out with the Galil, and that is an AUG in the hands of the Renegades. Jacob picking that one up. As Renegades don't go off the pick. The rotation has come out for G2, and they're going to go above SL at least. Liaz dodging bullets as Smiths finds the information. Renegades repositioning, and that has drawn Kenny back to the A side at least.
As indeed, but Smiths is starting to move forward, get some pressure up near, or positioning even up near A main. Could have gone into pop, but instead, going to peek all the way into A main here. Very risky, but for now it'll be rewarded. That lets him get very, very close and means that, well, Renegades, I'm sure they're aware of this possibility. They've either got to expend 2 players to get this back or a flashbang, or else risk being caught out. There's the flash, so they have cleared it, and there's Grat getting it done. So it gets them the kill at the cost of only $200. Would have been much worse for them in the end, and Kenny S gives them some breathing room, missing a shot.
So Grat wanting to upgrade to the M4. Slightly more accurate than the Galil there. Grat definitely playing with fire to get it though. Extremely sketchy situation, but with the man advantage, Renegades may just decide to group up and trade out over towards B. 10 seconds to get the bomb down, so they are going to have to hot-foot it. Now Shoxy up on the bomb train. Is it going to be cleared? Rap coming around eventually from Jacob, but perfect positioning. Look at this. There goes the bomb. There goes the dream. It will be retrieved, and it should go down here. 1-for-1 trade, but Grat falls to existence as well. Now it's back to the 2v2. Kenny still with the AWP in hand. Very long range. Existence on the flank as well, but Kenny's ready. He misses the flick and will allow Jacob to take him down. Now up on the bomb train, JKS is just going to hold the bomb for the moment. Existence giving up completely. He's only on 34 HP, so he will look for an AK on the exit. But that is a 4th round for the Renegades. Wonderfully played right at the end. You know, it got very, very dicey as Shox managed to deny the bomb plant. But there was still that last couple of seconds. You know, Renegades not leaving it too late.
Only just, though. It was a near thing. G2 almost pulling off the punish. Won't quite get there, though. So that means that Renegades on their T side will stay in the lead, up 4-2 now, holding on to as many guns as G2 have rounds in that one. Keeping the AWP and the AK alive. That means they can keep their economy on keel. And over on the G2 side of things, Smiths, a dominant force last map, so far yet to find a kill here on Train. We did say that in the gap between maps, that Overpass is a map that Renegades don't play much of. Train is a map that G2 don't play much of. So, according to this veto, all going well, we should just be heading straight smoothly for a map 3, which will be much more exciting, I think, than this one is perhaps showing up to be. But so far, I mean, I say that only basing on the statistics and not on the first 6 rounds that we've seen. So far, it looks like G2 can certainly compete here on Train.
No, look at this, Liaz. He's played anti-flash before, and Existence going to be denied by the smoke, at least for the moment. Liaz clearing close to the server there and playing anti-flash yet again. Perfect positioning, but is there another flash to come in? Not this time. Existence going dry through the smoke, and Liaz was there at the ready. And that is the first frag going in favour of the Renegades. Nice bit of action, but Jacob, sabotage seems to be the aim of the day, throwing the hate sheet towards his teammates, but they get away unscathed for the moment with full Ivy control. And now looking to come in through T-Con eventually as well. Azza and JKS just throwing in some utility. There is the potential collat. Kenny, he finds one more angle. JKS, Azza and Jacob, all of the frags going their way. JKS finding Shox in SL, and what a clean round at the end. Only Liaz falling. Renegades picking up a 5th 3-round lead over G2. And if Renegades can run away on the T side, I'm sure that their CT side on Train is stratted as well, structured, and thoroughly ironed out.
Certainly want to hope so. They have picked this map. You want to think they did pick it for a reason, of course. So sitting 3 rounds in the lead now. Should be making it 4 here, as it is just the default pistols being saved through, or kept through, I should say, for G2. Not upgrading anything. A ding comes out immediately on the CT side, though. That'll give him a frag on towards JKS. I think he's actually going to be a little bit careful, but now the frag's starting to tick through thick and fast for all of these AKs. Just like that, it's only Existence left. Ooh. He will get the 1 tap onto, or the 1 bullet even, onto Jacob. It's required to remove him, so at least 2 guns going down for what was a full default pistol round is not bad. And Existence desperately trying to bait someone in so we can find the double dink. Not going to be the case, though. The grenade will touch down on his body.
Bowling Shano.
Clean that up. So with that, G2, I mean, 2 kills on a round where they spent $0 is really not bad at all for them. Now they'll be able to get all of the M4s in hand.
Is this going to be enough, though? You know, they've got the rifles, but it didn't work for them before. Renegades favouring that A site when G2's economy is slightly weak there.
This is a bit... Okay, Smith's Existence going to drop, because that's a bit weird. Kenny doesn't have a gun, there's none dropped, but also realise that Existence hasn't bought yet, so they can definitely get enough guns out. Won't be a concern in the end. Smith's, in the meantime, has found his way onto the board. JKS with a very hot start here, 11-3.
Mr. Savage acting savage. Good to see. Very positive KD for him so far.
Wish I had a cool last name like Savage.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Oh, I know, mate. I've got a terrible first name as well, so.
You're right.
You've got Tim, all right? Tim's
True.
good. 3, short, sharp, easy. Anyway, we are going to see a bit of early utility used by the Renegades towards the outer site, potentially just baiting any counter utility, which isn't going to be low for G2 anyway. But Smiths, look at this, over-aggressive. Wouldn't say over-aggressive, just generally aggressive. Oh, could it be shut down? Azza ready for that one. Traded out by Existence, but Shox coming out of SL. giving up a bit of map control. Existence, not many bullets left in the clip. Liaz can't hit the spray transfer as Kenny gets the trade with the AWP on the pixel angle. He might find Jacob here. The shoulder peek, playing with fire. Jacob comes out on top though, as he finds another frag onto Shocks. Oh, but the trade from Body, perfect angle there. Jacob not ready for a second man on the bomb train. But Grad and JKS, last two alive. Are they going to be able to do it? Oh, Body spotted as he gets on the back of Red there, jiggling and falling down as well. JKS once again doing an amazing job. If Grat finds a frag as well, then this will be the team ace. And it looks like Kenny in the 2v1, knowing the bomb has gone down on the B site, will just try to save the AWP, looking to make an impact in the next round. But will he be allowed to save? There's money in the bank for Renegades. They can definitely afford to go for the hunt. This AWP, very crucial weapon to get out of the hands of G2. But Kenny just staying silent. He's managed to pick up so much utility as well. Look at that. All the you need here.
Certainly is. It would be nice if you could find a kit as well for a bit of icing on the cake, but I'm not sure there's any of those down. And if there is, I'm not sure that they're retrievable, but that was a crazy round. There was utility thrown by both sides, probably about 10 grenades total on the A-bomb side in the start of that. Players in amongst the trains, in amongst the smokes, trades coming from every which direction. And in the end, Body gets caught napping a little bit on the B-bomb site. Wasn't expecting players to come out lower ramp at all, given that he wasn't initially looking that way, and then certainly wasn't ready for JKS to be so close as he ducked up and down the ladder. So Renegades will get their 7th now on their T side, looking very strong, and G2 not getting too much happening for themselves so far. They've still got the AWP on Kenny, getting by pistols and everyone else. They've had good success with this earlier on Overpass, but we yet to really see too much from their CT side on train.
But look at that. Kenny's taken a shot already, and that has allowed the Renegades to know definitely where the AWP is playing. So we might see them head towards the B site here. Body, though, he's been deadly with pistols, namely the Deagle.
Shoxy's cleared out A main again with the CZ. Last time we saw him do that, he got 2 kills. Not going to be the case this time, but the info is gathered, and that's almost as good. They know that there's not much coming onto the A-bomb side now, and that's going to trigger 2 players to rotate over here. The window is closing fast around Renegades. They're taking a little bit too long here, of course. They can't know it, but now the AWP actually not going on its way over. Body goes from pushing to upper, tries to find the timing and the distraction. The frags can come in from these rifles now, but Shocks is still here waiting for this bomb plant. Body grabs an AWP as well. Now he's in the back line waiting for Liaz to come through. Almost gets to flick, but can't quite find it. And Shocks is still waiting for this bomb plant. Tries to maximize his time. Does get that one down and still untraded. Existence with a Deagle as well as it gets taken down by Kenny S. Incredibly close range, and it's Liaz left 1 versus 4. So little that can be done, and it's Kenny S. with a 2 frag to close it. Renegades, they go a little bit too slowly and they get picked apart by G2 on pistols.
That AWP wasn't even the impact there. It was just the beautiful setup. The man, Shoxy, just hiding, trigger discipline, allowing that bomb to almost be planted. And a beautiful push from Body as well, getting the AWP out of the hands of Grat, who is just not ready to be wide swung. And unfortunately for him, it was a little bit unfortunate, as the term unfortunately suggests.
Yep, unfortunately it was unfortunate, which is like, happens to the best of us, you know?
Ooh, but JKS playing with fire, baiting the shots out. Smith's not moving that crosshair at all. Just deadlocked, waiting for the drop. But in the 5v4, Kenny S has managed to find the opening frag onto Liaz. So Liaz's confidence probably slightly hurt here. Azza as well falling to Shocks as he makes his way out to Blue Train. And now in the 3v5, it's looking rough. But Jacob and JKS trying to bait the shots again. Smith's going for the spray there. So knowing that Smith's is still in SL, but he slowly but surely makes his way out. The double drop not potentially going to happen. He might just go staggered here.
It's a bomb down though. Kenny S finds that frag onto Grat. It's the AWP down. The bomb down. Clock ticking down as well. There's not really a lot for Renegades to work with here in this round. It's a 2 versus 5. They've got the bare bones of utility. They don't even have the bomb back yet. JKS still on his way over to get that one, and JKM forced to fall back up SL. Smiths would have heard that move as well.
Yeah, Jacob, he's in a very rough position. Flash coming in. Smith's getting a free frag as well. Jacob can't do a lot, but hold the trigger as he is fully blinded. And Body finding the angle there onto JKS. 2-tap for him and looking to potentially find another AWP, but he's
decided against it.
Decided against it, just letting Kenny do The Orpy roll, as we see 3 AKs saved and Org there as well. And G2 starting to finally band together on the CT side, put in a few rounds on the board. Still potential for them to take the majority, but the Renegades, you know, they're looking okay. Namely, Leaz and JKS. Look, they're the fraggers, right? Grat is off to a slow start, 1 for 8. You know, this should be one of his maps.
That said, Smiths is 2 and 8. He was 1 for 8 before he got flashed into SL for his second kill in that round just there. So both of them,
of course,
not off to the hottest of starts. Speaking of that secondary AWP as well, it's not something we see G2 do very much, or at least this iteration of G2. I assume that Smiths would take it. He has been primary AWP for team in the past, so I guess if they did go for a double, he would get that second one. But
I think we saw Shox playing with it as the double AWP the other day.
Shox will play with anything.
Yeah, so essentially, hey, don't say that on live air. There could be many people AWPing here, mate.
Could be. Just to go the MIBR approach, where 4 out of your 5 players will comfortably AWP and then easy points. Speaking of easy points, though, this one will not be an easy one for Renegades to get at least. Hopefully will be for G2. It's only Deagles they face off against. The flash is over the top for Shox, but it's about to be a big staggered peak. They're all going to come out at once. He gets spray and smartly chooses to fall out with his life.
Ooh, but the potential hard rotation. Body's gone to watch lower. And Smith definitely jumped the gun. It looked like he was knife out all the way through, but the call was made that Renegades didn't commit. So G2 hold their ground, and Body will actually take down JKS there at upper. How? What? Was there a boost? Oh, they tried to boost over, and he spotted it.
Clever gamer.
What do you know? So the bomb wasn't spotted, though. Kenny S finding the angle onto Leaz, so it's a nice little frag. Yet another for him, and Azza falls to existence. Now it's all up to Grat, last alive with just a Deagle and a Dream. He's got control of the bomb. Just very fortunately dodging that HE, but unfortunately couldn't connect there. Kenny S, too sharp with the AWP up against the Deco. As G2 find 5 CT-sided rounds, and Renegades are able to buy up yet again and have a much higher chance to convert this round than the previous.
It is, of course, the goal for them. They do want to get one more round on the board at least on their T side here. The last thing they want now on their own map pick is for G2 to come back and win this CT side. It's worth noting that on Overpass, the CT side was kinder to Renegades than their T side, certainly. A large factor.
But also, Renegades essentially can't do too much damage here to G2. They should be able to buy up for the rest of the half. There's only another 2 rounds after this one. And looking at the economy, it should be pretty right.
They'll be fine
for the Frenchies.
They've still got money coming in after they lose those rounds as well. So they've got tons of money. Once again, the flash and the clear into A main. Renegades have not yet been able to stop that. They get the nade in there, but the nade only says that someone's outside A main, not that someone's inside it. There's the double nade and flash combo to get themselves into SL. No one's holding it, which works out well for G2, because had anyone been in there, they would have just been shredded either by the nades or by the bullets of the player dropping. So 5v5 still, with just over a minute remaining. Renegades falling back with the map control that they have. They've pretty much got the holes and the basic entries to the bomb sites. That's about it. G2 having to spread themselves pretty thin to keep an eye on everything, but with 5 players up, the main concern for them is utility. Renegades don't have that much more than they do, though, as they'll use what they have to get out into the A-bomb side.
So we see a couple of bomb train smokes coming out, which isn't going to deny Kenny hitting the shot onto Jacob there. Running up the wall is not going to be able to get too much map control. Here we are, JKS looking to potentially just get the bomb down, but he's not going to be able to do too much. It's all up to Leaz in a 1v4, 20 seconds remaining. The bomb cannot be retrieved. G2 just shutting Renegades down in every situation. They saw that one coming a mile away and they set up perfectly for it. The bomb down Olaf, completely shut down. A little bit rough for the Renegades, but G2, marvellous work to find a 6th. And, you know, Renegades, their money's in the bin again and they will save for the final round of the half. Potential deco territory again, which is what we're going to see.
And now the questions have to be asked. The alarm bells start to toll softly in the minds of Renegades. That was a full gun round on their map pick, which G2 don't play. They know G2 don't play this map very much. I'm sure that played into their pick of it. And they're still getting, like, that last gun round was very clean by G2. Not a single player down. They all just hit their picks in amongst the Renegades execute. They threw all of their nades out into that bomb site, and G2 weren't even bothered by them. They barely even had to wait for them to push through them before the kills started to tick in.
Look, Renegades aren't bothered. Renegades won't be bothered. 70 rounds in a high-level game on train. they're happy. Look at this,
That'll
especially
help.
with that one.
Leo's hits the entry onto body. That's an org in his hands. And the B-bomb site defenseless, that will trigger the rotation out. It has to. G2, they can't afford to do anything but play to a bomb site now. And that could play into Renegade's advantage here, as they are just the pistol round. JKS with the health and the armor to back up the org, so it's in his hands.
G2 essentially playing retake on the A site now. Existence deep in Ivy, clearing that one. The smoke's still down, and Kenny, he's got the op in hand all the way at the back of Old Bomb. Still able to watch the SL push unless a smoke comes out, but Renegades, all they've got is a HE and a Dream. Body armor and pistols. JKS even finding that org. As long as they don't go out solo, they might be able to get the bomb to the site. But Smiths has even rotated now, as it is starting to look like it is going to be an outers hit. Shocks can't hear a thing. 20 seconds remaining. Renegades, they're going to need to burst soon. Existence will be the man to try to deny the bomb. Liaz comes out, but the trade there, Jacob actually finding Smiths is gone. What a shot.
Oh.
Azza as well, taking down Existence, and the bomb should be planted. So now the Renegades in a great position to frag. 4v2, make it 4v1, but Kenny bringing it back really quick. Just can't hit the wall bang onto Azza. He's looking for more, but JKS with the AUG is eventually going to get the headshot. And what a round from the Renegades in what you wouldn't have expected them to take, with the Deagles there just connecting all the shots necessary. Little bit of a scare from Kenny S there, holding from the back of Bomb. But he just couldn't do enough at the end, and Renegades now set up to find a 9th round, but G2 fully bought as well. Oh, double AWP set up this time too.
And it's on Shocks. There we go. That answers the discussion we were having earlier, which, you know, I really should have listened to you in, because you've watched this team in the last 2 days and I haven't. But either way, it is Shoxy with the big green gun backing up Kenny S there. But Smiths has been completely caught out. Incredibly fast peek from Azar. JKS spots one of the AWPers out towards Ivy. It's Kenny S, and he baits him straight in for Gratisfaction. Works out perfectly. Existence out behind. Grat's ready for it. He knows that it's been happening. He's obviously heard a bit of something, and he catches it out. Might even have seen him when he went for that peek to Ivy, depending on the timing of Existence's push. But regardless, it leaves it to Shocks and to Body to bring back a 2-on-5 for the last round of the half. Cross is spotted there by Shocks, but
more importantly for the Renegades as well, finding where one of the remaining 2 CTs is. And Body coming through the smoke as well, going to be shut down. So Jacob, 2K for him. Nice little spray down at the end to end the half. And 9 T-sided rounds for the Renegades. We said they weren't worried at 7. They're even less worried now that they've got 9. Going into the CT side on their own map pick. I think we're on to Cache. They still have to pull it back. Well, not pull it back, but complete the map, close it out. And then once that is done, we will be on to what will be a neck-and-neck, blow-for-blow brawler over in Russia.
Russia?
Cash.
Okay, yeah, you got me. I was like, wait, what? They're in Denmark. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, mate?
No, you got me. For update for those who have been hanging around our stream while we do have a second here.
Yep.
Ghost have eliminated NRG 2-1.
Ooh.
They lost Inferno 16-14, won Cache 16-10, and then won Mirage 16-14.
Up the
That last
Steely.
map coming back from 4-11 down after their T side. So a 12-3 CT half on Mirage for them, which means that I believe, I will check this now just so I can confirm it in my own head, but that means
Ghost
their last
and
game of the
Na'Vi.
day should be Ghost versus Na'Vi.
Wow. Like, I wanted to sleep
will
tonight. I might not be able to.
No, Ghost versus Na'Vi will be a very exciting one. So this is the winner advancing to the quarterfinals and loser being eliminated. It's the exact same scenario that we have for this game here. That will be the last one of the group stages here on the B stream. We're not quite there yet, but there you go. That is our final best of 3 for the night. The one that will follow this one, whether G2 close it here or whether we go to map 3 for one team or the other to win it. Regardless, no matter what happens after that, stay tuned if you can, because it will be Na'Vi versus Ghost, and that promises to be a very exciting game. But speaking of exciting games, we're back into ours here on Train. Renegades 3 rounds in the lead. G2 coming into this one with 2 sets of utility. See what they've got for us here. Looks like it's going to be a split into the A-bomb site through SL and Ivy.
Slow start to the round. A little bit of map control gained by G2, but they are just going to wait for any overaggression from the Renegades, which we won't see. Renegades with the 4-man stack towards outers, expecting a split to come in. JKS going to spot the 2-man at the back of Brown Halls there, but it has not drawn a rotate.
So the question becomes, are those the utility players Over on B it is. So the question becomes,
Oh.
do they, that's timing, do they fake B or do they try and go run through to B? No, they are actually spitting onto the A-bomb side. All right, so the hit comes in, the timing doesn't work. Leaz caught off guard entirely. So many teams, way too close. Grat will get one, but he's losing teammates left, right, and center. Nice quick snapshot. Can't get it done, but it's a 2 versus 1 now. Grat's all that's left. He will be able to get shocks here, surely. Finally gets it, the reload coming through, but will get away from Kenny S for now. The French sniper trying to win against the New Zealand counterpart of his own. And still, so low HP for both players. Roughly 1 hit in it. Needs to be a headshot, and eventually Grat will close it out with the body spray and the 4 frag in incredibly close range with that USP.
My eyes almost popped out of my head. I was on the edge of my seat. I can't even tell you what was puckered, but it was something. And what a bloody round from Grat. Elbow?
Elbow.
My elbow was puckered. Yep,
yes.
That's it. But G2 keeping it close. It was a scary round there, but Grat, the man, just absolutely shutting it down towards Old Bomb there. Repositioning at the perfect time and getting the trades on to Leaz, the other newbie here for Renegades. But now, Renegades with a much stronger buy. G2 actually not going for the force this time. They're keeping their wit, trying to build the economy. Making a bit of noise here at Ivy, and Leaz isn't going to miss this time, getting the headshot onto Smiths and tapping around. 13 bullets left in the clip. Will spot body going across, but JKS with the UMP, $600 in the bank for him. His existence goes down, trying to cause some chaos on the B site. The bomb spotted at Ivy, though, and that will draw the rotation. Azza as well, pushing aggressively into Whitehall's, finding Kenny S. Leaz, a second for him for the round, and that is a nice, clean one for the Renegades, not losing a single man, as G2 are able to buy up into the 18th. But the utility will be a question. Is there going to be enough of it? Renegades not going to go for the upgrade either. Bonus round with 2 FAMASes, a UMP and an MP9. Now that just reeks confidence.
Certainly does. Big old bonus round there. See how well it's going to work for the Renegades as G2 are on that buy once again. The 5 AKs in hand. On average, 2 grenades per player. There's the double nade. Azza only took 5 HP from the first one, but the second one at least will chunk him down. Existence found the headshot onto Jacob as well to start us off. And Azza left to dance between the smokes. Will actually go and upgrade to that FAMAS, and then nade unfortunately bounces the wrong way to do too much to Shocks.
Oh, but that smoke so deep as well, so Shock's still allowed to have a bit of a play around here in SL, and Azza is going to be punished for the throw of that HE, or smoke rather. HE though doing a bunch of damage there to Shocks, down to 51 HP. Perfect placement. But in the 3v5, it's going to be a rough one for Renegades to pull this back. G2 essentially can just group up, push out, trade it out, and hope that Renegades don't have that multi-frag potential. The bonus round not looking too great so far for Renegades, but Shocks here down to 50 HP. Crouch peeking, Leaz getting the headshot and falling back to green. Good movement. 1 for 0 trade. Renegades looking good as the bomb starts to make its way over to Ivy. Slowly pushing, knowing that the Ivy player was up aggressive at blue. We are going to see some repositioning coming out from the Renegades. Leaz up in heaven, which might not actually be the best position to deal with Ivy at the moment. Grat, though, here at stop sign, might be spotted in a moment. But the crab walk, the crouch peek, too good there for body. But here you are. There's the angle. Leaz putting in effort here with the FAMAS. But down to a 3v1. JKS is expendable. He's upgraded to the AK existence here into the last moment. Playing close. Has not actually made a shot yet, but JKS just opting to save now. And this will allow the Renegades to buy up into the next. Grat on 1600. He was a little bit worried there, but now in the 1v2, there's actually some time for JKS to think about going for this one. He doesn't have a kit, so he probably won't.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
But he might be able to take a few guns away, which would help out keeping G2's economy low as they try to make this comeback happen. Gonna miss the timing on Smiths on the first peek. Will he catch it on the second? Yes, he does, and the headshot's clinical. Kenny not going to be able to do anything about JKS holding onto this AK. So both players will hold onto their guns as the bomb explodes.
Oh, but Renegades, look at this. Arguably going to have the better buy going into the 19th round.
By the way, I do want to take a real quick segue away from our game because...
What?
While, of course, I want everyone to stay here with us, if there's ever a time to have 2 streams up, Astralis vs Liquid is starting very soon.
Who cares? This is better.
It is better, which is why you should still watch this one. But if you have a second monitor, you might want to throw that on muted, just so you can still stay here and hang out with us. Either way, though, G2 The money not great, as you say. They've got that P90 in hand on Smits, which he's had a few times so far over this series, and it's not worked too badly for him. Everyone else in the AK-47s, they're going for a fast Ivy play. That smoke may not deter them for long as they throw the grenade through it, but it doesn't get too much damage, or in fact any.
This isn't the first time we've seen Smiths pick up the P90 tonight either. It's good to see that the, I guess it's the noob cannon.
How dare you.
What it is, mate. Just because you love it, that just proves my point.
I actually don't. It's just that noob cannon is typically grenade launchers, mate.
Nah, whatever, mate. It's wrong. Different game. Different game. Different time. Anyway, good counter utility used here at Ivy from Grat. Slowing down the push for the moment. Nice smoke. Will not actually split up the T's. They're all going straight through, and Leaz just can't hold. But Grat through the smoke, finding the body of body. And Jacob will shut down Smiths. So over at Bomb Train, making it into T-Con. Might have been shot at. So that's a little bit more information as well. Azza peeking in SL. Here we are, Shocks at the top. Just trying to find the angle. Baiting the shots. But there we are, Existence as well, caught with some utility out. Flash comes in, but Shocks not allowed to get aggressive. The smoke is not going to help Azza at all. And on the 2v3, Existence just can't find the angle there on a JKS. Azza actually getting tagged down to 19 HP. Shocks just spraying wildly through the smoke, looking to try to bring it to a 1v2. But in the 1v3, the bomb is down at Ivy. And JKS just holds his wit. Off angle there at Highway to take down Shocks. And what a round from the Renegades. 12-7. G2, they have been reset again. They might upgrade some pistols. Body on the double eco as well. 1,400 in the bank. Now this is rough and a good little boost to the Renegades' confidence, knowing that they should be up against a couple of iffy buys in the next 2 rounds. As long as they're keeping track of the economy. You'd hope they are. You assume that they are, presuming. But now Azza up on middle of bomb, just waiting for an SL swing to come out, but it looks like G2 are setting up to just push out of T-Con, make it down the lanes, and potentially just try to find a rifle. It's someone playing a little bit too close. You've got Jacob here at Sandwich, which is a great position given the situation. Existence. Smith's both going to be shut down. Jacob finding 2, looking for a bit more. JKS, he's on the 2K. Jacob on the 3K. And Renegades find a very nice 13th round. No one falling. JKS taking a little bit of damage. Not too much.
Yeah, that's all right. That gets reset at the end of the round anyway.
Exactly.
So let's see now. G2, if there's ever a time that they can make this comeback happen, it pretty much needs to be now, or else Renegades will be coming away with a dominant score here in map number 2. Certainly what we're looking for.
We actually saw this last night, G2 and Hellraisers. G2 just essentially gave up the second map. It got too out of their hand and they said, don't worry, we don't care. We're just going to take it to Dust 2. We're going to take it to the 3rd map and beat them there.
And double overtime, right?
Yep, double overtime. That was it was actually really, really good. Nice and close. Lots of action.
Excellent. It's what we want. I think that's what we'll get from map 3, which it does look like we are heading towards now with Renegades on the brink of getting this map done. The double peak comes out as brutal, but the T's, all of the shots finding their marks. Just like that, it's JKS and Grat left to try and bring this one back, but the utility shuts him out. Grat chances a quick soap, but won't be rewarded for it. Body is already sneaking up over into Con, trying to find these players.
So ready for the Renegades positions there. You could see the pre-fires coming in, knowing exactly what was and wasn't open, where G2 could run safely. Triple peek onto Jacob, who was holding at Sandwich, and he couldn't do enough damage. Look, you've seen 2 of the T's get quite tagged down. Body on 24, Existence on 12. Still technically a winnable round for Renegades if they did want to try to go for it. Very late in the round, so it won't happen. Grat wanting to save the AWP, JKS with the AK as well, so that's a bonus weapon on the CT side. And going into the next round, the 22nd round, we are going to see the scoreline going from 13-7 to 13-8. And Renegade should be able to buy up yet again. G2 saving 4 rifles. That is going to be good for the economy, and that's just what they need to try to edge back into the game. But there's still 5 in the deficit, and I'm not sure if they can do it. They hit some nutty shots that round, though.
Certainly did. Let's see then, G2 in a good position to mount this comeback. Renegades in an equally good one to deny it. Double AWP out again here. Gratisfaction and JKS looking to bring the pain up against the 5 rifle setup of the T's. G2 already going for a slow default though, bomb down, spreading out around the map. Lots of utility used early, but JKS, despite having a chance for the AWP pick, somehow manages to do just 2 HP with an AWP.
Oh!
Actually, no, that was elsewhere on the map. Never mind. In the meantime, though, Existence has found the opening kill as at a trade.
And we are brought back to the 4v4. But G2, knowing that there is the double AWP set up at the moment, well, I guess they didn't actually know that that was JKS shooting. No one fell to him, so everything is fine for the moment. And as that shot comes out, the footsteps are going to be heard as Grat repositions in front of Red, but Smith's through the smoke. Perfect timing there. Finds one. Shox takes down Azza at SL as well. And that is the open, the Outers bomb site, sorry. Ready for the taking. Ready for the plucking, just like the Blackberries. It is now Blackberry season. And Jess is thoroughly excited about that one. Just as I'm sure any G2 fans are quite excited about this round. Just in the click of a thumb, it has been swinging back towards G2. They're going to find a 9th round here, denying Liaz the save. And now the economy looking rough for Renegades. They will be back on an eco as G2 bring the scoreline to 4 in the deficit now. Looking to still bring it back. But JKS, nice off angle. Is going to be flanked.
Mate,
Smith's so close.
He's not even scoping in. That's not an off angle. That's a hope.
Yeah. And as you can see, very confident that the flank wasn't coming in. But Smith's just finding that 8th frag pretty much uncontested. JKS just not too worried about his flank there. Potentially could have gone for the knife. Hit him with the BM, you know, buff the economy. All of the little strategies.
Yeah, I mean, not really worth the risk at this point. Still only 4 rounds in at G2 on their way back into this game. The economy for the T is not really there. JKS has some money, but Jacob, Azza, Gratisfaction, all of them pretty poor. So while it might be worth it for JKS to drop a few pistols, more than likely he'll hold on to his money, be able to drop an AWP over to Grat next round, allow him to get some utility as well. 100 ADR for JKS, speaking of the man himself.
23 rounds in too, so that's a huge amount of ADR. Great showing from Mr. Savage today so far. But we are live in the 23rd round and the call's been made. Renegades saving JKS, probably just going to save that money to purchase the AWP for Grat going into the next.
Big spender, he's got a flashbang.
We could see a 4-man push somewhere off the back of a flash. Stacking towards Green and Hell. One of the men is going to be shut down. Make it 2 as Liaz can't get the trade. Kenny S feeling it at the moment, getting very aggressive with the AWP. Azza actually finding the trade onto Existence. Going up the ladder. Grat just trying to bait the crosshairs. Find something out of a nothing. 1 rifle is dropped, but what a fast round. G2 making it to double digits, now only 3 behind the Renegades, who are able to buy up yet again. Oh, we're actually going to see the double AWP set up. JKS looking like he was about to get the glass cannon, but plenty of money in the bank, so he should buy armor here, unless he's fully forgotten, which won't be the case. Single AWP for G2. An M4 still in the hands of Smiths, who is going to not upgrade to the superior rifle, hoping that there is no head armor on the Renegades, and he's going to make the right call here.
Ooh,
Kenny just can't connect, and in the edge of the Molotov, Azrael's going to take him down. So early man advantage for the Renegades. A couple of bullets over towards the smoke there. Existence jumping through. He's been spotted though. And there's a bit of free damage. Existence down to 27 HP now. So rough start to the 24th round for G2.
And a pretty crucial one as well. Right now, Renegades on 13 rounds. They're not that close to match point. 2 rounds, they are close, but they're not quite knocking on the edge of it like they would be if they hit 14 here. G2 need to keep this comeback happening, and there's great trading from Shoxy. It's 2 headshots left on just 9 HP, but he makes it a 3 versus 4 against the Renegades.
Golly gosh, so making a play when you're a man up rather than holding. Not too sure about that one. It definitely could have paid off. You know, risk over reward. Could have brought it to the old 3v5. But Shoxy, the man's on fire. And he found a 2K spray down. He is low, though, so there's definitely hope still left in the round for the Renegades.
That said, though, 2 of their 3 players are AWPers, so the HP really doesn't matter. The fact that Existence and Shox are tagged down only really matters if they run into Liaz. Otherwise, the AWPs are most likely going to one-hit him anyway. There's still very dangerous times for the Renegades here on the CT side. They're choosing to put most of their pressure over on B. The 2 AWPs are both there. Liaz left to solo here on A, and the pressure is coming his way. The smoke lands, blocks off Ivy. Here's the molly as well to clear out the close corner. The flashbangs double up with it. Liaz looking at this smoke, looks away, has dodged all of it so far, and they're both burning in their own molly. Smits has killed himself in almost existence as well. There's Liaz eventually getting traded out, but 8 seconds. They've got to go for this bomb plant. They're both so low. Grat can just charge in with the USP and end this right now. Bomb will go down. Spots out the first player though on its body. Left to make a hero play, but he's down to the USP of JKS. That's not how you want that one to go, G2. That molly, less than ideal, I'm going to say.
Huh? What did I just witness? I don't think I've ever seen something that silly before. They ran into their own Molotov.
I guarantee you we have.
Okay, you're right. You're probably right.
But look how much damage that does. Smits, I think, was very close to full HP before he went into that.
The thing is, it was the end of the Molotov too, and the end of the Molotov does more damage than the beginning, and it was the team Molotov. It wasn't an incendiary, so that is a huge amount of damage, even if it is your own team's one. Questionable decisions were made, and it did allow Renegades back into the round a lot easier than what it would have been if they just went through the short side, although going through the smoke anyway, Liaz still has eyes, you know, on the smoke. He was ready and considering what the hell is going on? Why can I hear someone burning in the Molotov?
He's like, huh.
So much information there for him. So G2, not sure if the smoke it back 6 actually helped them out in that round, but that's from hindsight. All right, let's put that out there. It's hindsight. Is
exactly the thing. We can see a lot more than the players can, but still, that one kind of stings if you're believing in G2 to make this one a 2-0 and bring the comeback here. That one would have brought it to just a 2-round deficit. Instead, it's extended to 4. The USPs work out very well for the AWP players.
All G2 can do is essentially laugh that one off, though.
Exactly, you have to. There's more of a mountain to climb. They're still in map up in the best of 3. If they lose this, they'll go to map 3. It'll be all even. That said, though, they still can get back into training. It would have been easier if they hadn't messed that one up. Oh well, we'll see, though. Double up out for Renegades once again. JKS takes a bit of damage early on. KNS with his own sniper rifle looking to challenge. But G2 moving over towards the B-bomb site now. Looks like they want to challenge JCam and JKS.
The double Js holding it down. Are they going to get the action that they definitely deserve here? Jacob close at coil. Just playing the bait angle, but Azza as well, close and ready for the fast rotation. Holding any rotation from G2 as well. Utility coming out. There's a lot committed to the B side, as is the bomb. 4 men running out. JKS, I think he's smoked off at the moment. Existence coming out from the bottom. Oh, that was a pre-fire through the coils there. Lovely little play. Body as well, finding one. Make it 2. So aggressive there towards Con. And Grat and JKS going to be deleted completely. This will be an 11th round for G2. It looks like Azza won't even bother contesting. His footsteps have been heard going over towards T-spawn there. Shocks at the ready, but he just whiffs some shots. And now Liaz and Azza looking just to save. Liaz might just try to upgrade to that AK as well. But Azza, he's gone back towards T-con, trying to deny any flank here. But look at this body all the way through Ivy already. Might spot Liaz, who goes for the jiggle. Will find the information, but he's at red alone. And Azza is going to let him die potentially. No, Liaz repositioning. Allowed to come and be joined by his teammate. Body, will he find the angle just in time? There is the headshot, so an extra 1,000 at least out of the bank there. The UMP potentially able to do some more damage than a USP going into the 26th. G2 resetting Renegades again. Money in the bin, especially for Grat. You know, the currency, the New Zealand dollar, not looking too great right now.
Or ever.
Wowzers. Settle down, mate. Shots fired from Timmy here.
No idea what you're talking about. I love New Zealand. KNS going for a quick pick out through a main. Spots the player, hits the shot. Jacob down. It's only an anti-eco with the exception of Azza. But still good to see him with that sort of confidence. Smiths will swing out onto Grat. Still wondering about Azza, though. What impact is he able to make? Currently none as he's over on the upper B ramp. It's all on Liaz with the CZ. He's the only one still on A. Smoke down in Con. He actually does plant for Ivy there. That bomb plant could have been denied had Liaz chosen to swing, but instead, trying to hold onto the armor and the CZ, hoping that he'll be given a free kill instead of having to go work for it. Much easier to just have a gun fall into your lap than try and peek into potentially 4 or 5 rifles looking at you. And Renegades saving again. Azza content to hold onto this rifle for a second time. G2 now bringing the deficit back to just 2. and they could have taken the lead here if it wasn't for that molly 2 rounds ago, but hey, who's counting?
No idea, mate. No idea. Anyway, Renegades, they won't be able to buy up into the next best case scenario as they do save 3 rifles and drop for their teammates. But it doesn't look like that will be the case. JKS and Leaz too far away, taking the gamble on where G2 exit, but G2 saving all 5 rifles as well. That is great for them. A free whole round and a huge buff to the economy. They are going to be right, essentially, until the end of the map. Maybe not Shoxy or Existence, but it depends on if they win the rounds, how many rifles they save, etc., etc. But Renegades just going to go for the half-buy. Pistol armor, some utility. Grat saving 3k to make sure he can 100% have the AWP into the 28th round. Renegades letting this get a little bit closer than we expected. G2 just coming out on top of a few very close rounds. Beautiful shots, beautiful plays. But Kenny S, aggressive yet again. It worked before, but Renegades deciding not to make the same mistakes. Although, as I say that, Grant looked like he was swinging. Not sure if he peeked Kenny there, but Kenny still posted, waiting for some aggression. I think the shadow might have been spotted there. Existence expecting the push, but Body is going to be the one to find it. Leaz looking the wrong direction.
Certainly is. Looks like this cleanup is now coming through for G2. Bit of a sloppy one there, but Existence will get his second of the round. JKS hoping for something on the bomb site, and he will get the quick tap onto Kenny, but he's left all alone now. Needs an ace to put Renegades on 15 points by him, 15 rounds even by himself. It's going to be very difficult to do. He actually does find the second. Swaps that to a USP, back to the CZ. Got to keep him guessing. He's found another dink here. He's doing so much damage to the economy. He will eventually go down. It's just too much. But the fact that he's able to essentially pivot on the one spot and find 3 kills is great work there from JKS.
Golly gosh.
Renegades will get another buy-in here with the money that they have. But they're going to have to invest an awful lot to get good guns. If G2 can win this, finally they're back in the game. They've been clawing this comeback. Well, this comeback back, I suppose, for a while now. Trying to get back into this game, and they're on the brink of doing it. About to tie up against Renegades if they can defeat the double AWP one more time here. Easier said than done, though, of course. And G2 actually going for something a bit different. Going back to this play we saw a little while ago where they put some pressure over in the upper halls initially. Molly to deny the AWP pick. And the bulk of their players with the bomb looking to head through Ivy in a little while.
Leaz with the spam. Unable to connect for the moment. Oh, potential for some extra aggression here. But he has baited the information at least. Smith's firing back. Call and response. Flash coming out, but no aggression off it. 3 of the T's still invested towards Ivy at the moment. This is what we saw when they threw the Molotov to help and ran through it. Not an effective strategy, although Leaz here at the back of Ivy, deep towards Old Bomb now. Looking to hold sight, but Grat takes point. No one else is going to be spotted, so the shot has been baited, but here in front of Old Bomb. Great position. Smith's though fully blinded, will be shut down eventually by Jacob. The bomb is down at the back of Bomb, and now it's Kenny S and Shox to try to clean up. Bringing it back in the 2v4 is a rough situation. Smoke it back 6, isolating the angles. Kenny S is found by Jacob as well. But Shox, here's the footsteps. Grat gets the angle eventually on the repeat. 3 for Jacob, 2 for Grat, and 4 rifles saved for Renegades. So they found the 15th round. It got quite close, but the boys have started to do it. Can G2 hit back? They've got the money. They've got the confidence. They just need to hit their shots now.
And they've certainly had no shortage of that so far on train. It's 2 rounds needed for them to take us into overtime, or else we are heading for Cache in very short order, potentially. We'll see, though, what the Frenchies have got for us here. Renegades, once again, persisting with this 2 AWP setup. Kenny S goes for the wallbang, tries to hit the timing on the connector AWP, but won't find it. Renegades spreading out, throwing utility early. Molotovs into A main and into SL. JKS has been here a few rounds in a row, and there's normally been a molly. There it is. That'll force him back, but they go out before it, and he finds the shot into Shox before falling back.
Huge
That's
pick.
the start that Renegades need. A 5 versus 4 for them now. 4 frags between them and forcing map 3.
That was absolutely massive. Now that Renegades do have the man advantage, let's hope they don't try to flash 2 men into SL again. You know, that round ended up going back in Renegades' favour, but I still don't agree with it. 5v4 though. Renegades 2-3 setup, expecting a bust at some site. And it looks like G2 are going to throw all their eggs into one basket. And that is going to be on the B site. Utility coming out. Molotovs aplenty. This worked for them before. Will it work again? No men at coils to be spammed down, though. So playing all the way back through the Molotov yet again. G2 keep doing this, and it's not going to be super effective. Smith's down to 54 HP. He is going to be shut down by Jacob. 2 frags for JKS, 2 for Jacob. Now it's all up to Kenny S, who is gifted an opportunity, but he can't connect. And as the smoke starts to fade, he'll miss the shot on to Jacob as well. And Renegades take it 16-13, but a lot closer than we expected.
Certainly was a lot closer than expected. Pardon me writing down scores here, but now we move forward to map 3. We move forward to Cache, which is, I mean, it's the map at the start of the series that we said would be the close one, and Train has certainly delivered. G2 put up one hell of a fight for a team that barely touched the map, but Renegades, fortunately, for those of us wanting a 3-map series like myself, they do get the win in the end. And that's how we thought this veto should go. We thought that we had 2 one-sided maps. In the end, Renegades had a decent first half on Overpass, didn't offer much in half number 2. G2 did pretty well across the board here on Train, but weren't quite able to recover everything they would have needed for that comeback. I don't want to really harp on it, but I think that molly, when they're on like 13-11, 13-12, something like that, that one round could have been enough to push them further into this game. But let bygones be bygones. They've still got a whole other map to deal with here. And they did acquit themselves well here on Train. I think they'll be happy with that. Now, though, we move forward to Cache, and this one should be a competitive map for both teams.
Look at this little 4K from Grat here. It was so cute, so lovely. Many little headshots, perfectly timed. The spam there a little bit disgusting, but other than that, it was a lovely finish to the pistol round. And single rounds like that is what it comes down to. The couple of little individual plays that we saw just edging it out there for the Renegades. And now I'm wondering, with how close this got, G2 don't essentially play this map at all, right?
I mean, I actually did just have another look at the stats again.
On Cache, it might be rough for the Renegades. We'll see if they can bring it.
I mean, I did just have another look at the stats.
Yep.
And I'd misremembered. Cache is a 50% win rate for Renegades and 31% for G2. So, so far the stats have been all but entirely useless in telling us how these maps are actually going to go, because these are 3 maps that are really not good for either team. Cache is the closest one that we've had in terms of statistics, which again, stats only tell you so much. That's why I hesitate to put too much stock in them, because they're helpful to give you an idea, but it's more useful to actually be watching VODs and to be getting an idea and really follow teams more closely. Where we can't do that, stats like to fill in the gap. But they're telling us that both maps should have been really one-sided based on the fact that neither team plays the map that their opponent picked very much at all. And now Cache is a map that statistically isn't so good for either of them. So all I'm going to take from that, and all I'm going to say about it is, it should be a close one, and I really hope it will be. That was a very exciting game of Train.
I'd like to, talking about stats, stats lied before. It said that Na'Vi was going to be bad on Nuke. But the fact is, the teams that they were playing on Nuke were some of the best teams in the world. Similar for Renegades and, who's the other team right now? G2. Of course, G2. Right, those guys. I'm not biased by that. I'm not biased, whatever. Anyway, so those guys, who would they have played? Like G2, European team, they might have had much harder competition than what Renegades have been facing on Cache. Think about it.
Yep, sure.
You know?
Context always matters.
But anyway, Renegades, they're looking good. They're looking good tonight. G2 as well, hitting nutty shots, everyone. The AWPs are plenty, just doing work. Pistols as well. The pistols have been dangerous for both teams. Let's go back. That 2K from Body, almost turning the round on its head. The shots were nutty.
I think it was, it was 3 actually, wasn't it? Got one early in the round and then 2 more in the push. Whatever it was, either way.
The two
look,
that counted.
I know exactly what we're talking about, so does everyone else, but we have one more map between these 2 teams to determine who goes on and who's going home. We'll get right into Cache after this break.